So some very good news came out for Lordstown Motor. I wouldn't call it news, but it is something that's very interesting. And as a shareholder, I love seeing this kind of stuff. But so somebody went and interviewed the CEO of Lordstown, Burns. I don't know his name, Burns. And they were asking him questions, and I will play the video and I'll share my thoughts on it. So let's begin. And I think that Lordstown is going to get a huge, epic short squeeze, in my opinion. So let's play the video.
Kind of give an encouragement. They're looking at the chill camp plant. They're looking for things that are actually going to come to fruition. So many things have started and not been finished. What do you say to the folks who have some skepticism about the Hindenburg report and are worried about the future here?
Well, I can't speak to the Hindenburg report. I can tell you two things. We are at betas in 10 days, and we are starting production of the world's first electric pickup truck. I mean, I know I say that a lot, but think about the gravity of the world's first electric pickup truck starting right here. So we, like I said, we're about 500 people now, 200 consultants, so that's about 700 people, and we will be at least 1,000. So all we can do is add jobs. What pays for those jobs is selling these trucks. In this business, unfortunately, typically you got to spend $3-4 billion before you make your first dollar, right? Because we got this great plant, because of the help of GM, because of our unique design and our hub motors, we're able to get there a lot less. But it's still hundreds of millions of dollars that we are committing. This isn't just a plant for Lordstown. If I'm Lordstown long resident, for 53 years, the decisions about this were not made in Lordstown. They were made far away at some corporate place. The decisions for this plant and for this community, as far as we're connected to it, are made here. And if I were Lordstown, I would take a great deal of comfort in that, right? We know that we cannot make trucks without people. We've imported a lot of people, right? Engineers from all across the country, really even outside the country. We are now starting to layer in people that need to put these things together, and we found a very receptive community to do that, a great skill set, just what we had hoped for. It's kind of generational in this part of to build vehicles is a generational, 2 generations deep here. So, we have to train them because these electric vehicles are different than the gas vehicles, but these are the new jobs. If you believe electric, so anybody that's got doubt, maybe they don't believe electric's going to really happen. There are still people that think electric's a fad, and maybe those are the folks you're talking about. But as far as we're concerned, for 95 years, the pickup truck this year is 95 years old. After 95 years of refinement, it gets about 18 miles per gallon. This gets 75 miles per gallon equivalent. The only way to beat those millions of engineering hours that have happened and all that is to start with a clean sheet of paper. That's what we did here. But again, it takes a place like this to be able to build this, no matter what's powering it. So the battery pack we're building, you guys didn't get to see, but we're building a battery pack. Our propulsion, it's 800,000 square feet, our propulsion center. And as far as I know, it is second only to Tesla, right? We're building that here, inside of here. Right? So that place looks like a clean room. That looks like they're building iPhones in there, right? That is, you never know you're in an auto plant, right? Again, another skill set we're bringing here. We need it. We could have built our battery pack anywhere, right? We built it here, right? Because we thought it was the best place to do it. So anyway, that's all I can tell any doubter. There's always haters. I quoted Taylor Swift as somebody the other day. Haters are going to hate. You got to shake it off. So, so anyway, we're thrilled, and I don't know if any of you guys ever go by here, but there was only 3 cars in the parking lot 6 months ago, right? It's happening. That's all I can.
Points I want to go over. First of all, he mentioned that they are putting out an 800,000 square feet of their 6 million square feet facility just to build a battery. have a battery set up, and he says that that room is so clean. It's like a clean room. Like, it's basically designed to build batteries. So, as you can see, Lordstown is taking stuff very, very seriously. And I feel like, you know, this company can bring a huge amount of return on investment if you really believe that, you know, Lordstown will be able to deliver almost on time and design their own battery. I mean, not design their own batteries, but build their own batteries in that facility. And if you believe that their ramp up will actually happen, you know, and it does happen, I think this stock can easily be $100 by the end of the year, in my personal opinion. So, you know, not financial advice. Now let's continue to play the video.
Where are the batteries being built? On the assembly side?
The assembly side, yeah.
Yeah.
we get through there someday?
Yeah, I showed.
Okay.
We showed Secretary a little bit of it, but you know, I think when the betas, I'm thinking about it. You guys maybe can help us. Thinking about having a party or an event when the first beta rolls off the line. Again, it's just beta, but for all practical,
When do you expect that to be?
10 to 12 days.
10 to 12 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe we'd show battery and things like that if we were going to have people in again. But a car company doesn't normally do it in that step, but it's such a big thing, so we might. I think we've been pretty transparent on the betas are coming out this month.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the bones, right? And this is really where a car, the make and break point are. No matter what's driving it, whether it's gasoline or electric, you've got to have a good cab, right? And in our case, we are entering into, I think, arguably the most competitive marketplace there is on planet Earth. That's called the U.S. pickup truck market, right? It's fiercely debated mostly across the big three. And so we did not have the luxury of coming in, even though we get 75 miles per gallon equivalent. And with most fleets, that's all you have to say. But we couldn't come in and say it's not safe, doesn't ride very well, you know, it's not going to give the creature comforts that you're used to. There was no pass, right? And when I say no pass, the bar, the highest bar there is of a modern day pickup truck, we had to compete with that. And our version 1.0, right? So our first vehicle has to off-road, has to haul, has to tow, has to do all the things people expect of a modern day pickup truck. And so although we disrupt almost every level, one thing we have agreed on with conventional automotive, the only way to make a lightweight, repeatable, affordable, safe, modern day cab is to assemble and weld a lot of small pieces of metal together as they form strength. And that's the way to keep lightweight. And so that's the way to keep it for not rusting and all the things that automotive has learned. So I think if you squint just right, this is starting to look like a pickup truck cab, right? This is a lot of different pieces of metal. This is all welded together, held together and welded together by these robots here. You can kind of see one in process up there. I think there's another one in process there. So you can start to see what it takes to assemble something like this. All these pieces, if it's not perfectly square, you throw it away. Right, it's over, right? So it really takes, you know, human isn't good enough. You have to have robotic precision in both holding it and in welding it. I think there's 2,000 of these spot welds. I don't know, are we going to give them a little spot weld demo?
I don't think he's got one ready to all the betas. We got 5 betas in the shop right now. They're all 5 men.
Okay, all right. But it's really cool to see the robot come and spot weld this. But I encourage you to take a look at it. I think it speaks for itself. You can see the complexity of what a couple hundred pieces of metal are required. Every design, right? We designed this. Why has it got this crink in it? Why has it got this rib here? You know, all the different strength, right? And when we say we are 5-star crash tested in software, right? That software, because we designed it, we've told it what this metal is, what this metal is, the shape, obviously, the weld is stronger than the metal. All that goes into that complex equation. So, again, these are the bones. We thought we'd show you this. This is why there are no small car companies in the United States of America, right? We are a small car company. We're a startup culture. I was just telling the secretary that. But we have the assets of a very mature company, right? Because we were able to buy this fully intact. And GM sells us a few key parts that we need. So that has enabled a small car company for the first time, except for Tesla, right? Tesla made it. But it's, if you look at this and you think about it for a minute and you see what it takes to build something like this correctly, you're going to see why there's no small car company. So that's why we're so excited to be at this point. Beta in 12 days, first beta rolls off the line, and then we make one per day for 57 days, and then we roll right into pre-production and then production in September. We did a clarifying statement today. I think it's really important. Whatever anybody thinks of us in the world, the main thing is we are going to be the first electric pickup truck in the United States, full size, and that starts in September. And really, for a lot of people, it starts in 12 days. All right, I think that's enough.
Currently with this, all of our tools, we own the tools, but they're currently in Michigan being stamped, and then we're putting it together here. With that being said, the tools are ours based on the drawings. They're called a curb set tool, so they're a soft tool. As we get into hard tools, all these stampings will be done here in Ohio at the plant. The large ones will be done here on 2 bigger presses we have. We have 4 presses, which, by the way, like currently Tesla has 2. So I was Tesla as myself for director of manufacturing. They only have 2 as of 15, 16. So we have 4, which is a jump start over them. The smaller ones, we have 2 smaller presses and 2 larger presses. A lot of the small components here we'll keep in-house. Some will be outsourced, but the big Class A's, anything that's on the exterior of the vehicle, will pretty much stamp here, of course, to save for shipping and packing. As you get underneath here too, and you look at the subfloor, which is this piece, it's going to come in this direction. So this is actually, it looks like it's going backwards, and that's correct. So it's actually traveling from this way to this way. And when it comes in, the underbody comes in, and then you're going to put on, so the underbody is this piece, then you're going to put on the 2 body sides. So the robot actually picks up the body side, puts it in place, and does all the welds on both sides at the same time. Then it comes into here. This station down here you see, we'll put in what's called the bows. You see there's nothing here right now. That system down there, we'll put in the bows, and then it'll leave that bow station. So it puts on what's called the front header and the 2 bows and the rear header. And then once it leaves that station, it goes down to a laser weld. So I'm a 32-year automotive person. And in my career, I've worked for major OEMs, Toyota 16 years, Hyundai, Nissan, Volkswagen, and Tesla. I've not been a luxury to have a laser weld. So this is my first. I've tried to get it. It's a $3 million piece. Most car companies won't buy it. So we got fortunate, GM left us one. And so it actually brazes the roof on, so you don't have to do any PVC. It has a better chance of not having water leak and makes the structure stronger than a PVC. So it's nice to have. So that kind of tells you what generally is happening in this shop. This has got around 900 robots currently and in positions. Most of them's already been programmed and retooled to the CAD. So once the engineers complete the CAD, the tools are cut, the CAD's all.
I am going to end it off there because, you know, I don't really need to go any further on that interview because, you know, you can go to WKBN27 and find this video just got released, and I made a comment in below. Shorts are going to get squeezed. So obviously this guy's very smart. He's been in multiple thing, and he, you know, it just sounds like a legit company. Like the lower the stock price goes, the better deal you're getting. The company has no debt. It has cash on its balance sheet, and it has a facility that they're putting stuff together to make these vehicles. How do you go wrong with this as a long-term investment? If they got everything running and everything operational, could they be worth half a GM, half a Ford? I absolutely think so. I think it could easily be worth a $15 billion company, easily, if not a $30 billion company in the near future, like probably by like near the end of the year or maybe the beginning of next year when they start, you know, ramping these cars out and delivering them to customers. If everything goes right, easily $30 billion company, in my opinion only, not financial advice. So again, you do what you want, but September is so close, just right around that corner. That's only another 5 more months five and a half more months until we hit September. I'm going to hold this stock for 5.5 months, and I'm just going to add and buy to this company, because I think that this could be an extremely big winner in the future, and I'm going to hold it. You guys do what you want. I'm holding this for the next 5 months, and if it, and I'm probably just going to buy more stock. So we'll see what happens, but that's my plan moving forward. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.